Hey guys, I finally have some free time to update. I have tried like 3 times this week to post an update, and each time I either get interrupted because my roommate barges in with a bunch of friends, or I forgot that I had some sort of prior engagement. And anyways, so I finally have a spare minute to update, and I want to hurry up and do it before something happens. But anyways, so for those of you who didn't already know this, I had, a big adventure over spring break. I went to Georgia and I met my dad for the first time since I was very little. And I also met my stepmom and my 4 siblings. So I grew up with my mom as a single mom, and I didn't have any contact with my dad until, just about a year and a half ago. And, I grew up as an only child. So not only am I meeting my dad for the first time, but I have siblings suddenly. So this was a huge deal for me. And I know a lot of you are sitting at the edge of your seats waiting to hear what happened. So I'm sorry that I kept you waiting, like Bonnie and a couple people. I've gotten tons of emails, and I'm so happy that you guys are so interested. I mean, I love talking to you guys about, the weight loss stuff, but it's also nice to talk about, personal stuff too. And I wasn't really sure how that was going to go over, and because I know a couple of other YouTubers that I watch, when they talk about their personal stuff, a lot of people think it's boring or whatever, especially when it's about like their home lives, but I think it's interesting. And so I was never really sure what to divulge and what not to divulge. And so when I talked about this, I got a huge, overwhelming response from you guys. Like, I've gotten so many messages from people saying, oh my gosh, I'm going through such a similar thing. Or I got a couple of emails from people saying, that was just such an interesting story and thank you for sharing it. And it was just tons of support. And so it was really great because, this is nerve-wracking. Going through it, and of course nerve-wracking to share it with everyone online. So thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it, and you will be happy to hear that it went really well. It wasn't 100% perfect, but overall my impression of the trip was from like 1 to 10 about like a 9, so that's really good. I'll kind of go through a couple of things. So I think overall, other than meeting my dad, my biggest apprehension was my stepsisters, because I know how girls are. To put it nicely, we can be very witchy and, on guard, have our guards up, and cold and territorial and all that stuff. So I could totally understand that 2 teenage girls who found out that they have this 21-year-old stepsister, who's gonna just come into their lives, how they might react. And that's what I was really scared of. I mean, yeah, I was nervous to meet everyone, but I was really nervous about them because, I know how girls can be. So, luckily, they are amazing. I love them to death. They are 17 and 19, and they're about to be 18 and 20. In a couple months. But so they're very close to my age, which is good because I thought that, we would have a lot in common, and we do. And, they instantly took a liking to me, luckily. And, within a couple days, they were opening up a lot. And, I felt like I had grown up with them. So I was so happy. And, we got to know each other really well, and I still talk to them all the time. I've been gone for, I think, 3 weeks now, or 2 weeks. And, we keep in contact over Facebook, and I just talked to for about 2 hours. I talked to both of them on the phone. So yeah, it went really well with them, and they're just genuinely sweet girls. They're homeschooled, which might have something to do with it. But it was sort of refreshing to see that they weren't all the things that maybe I thought they were going to be. And I'm sure they thought I was going to be a certain way too, and I wasn't. So it was really cool. My brothers, oh my gosh, as much as I loved hanging out with my stepsisters, my brothers, oh my god, I am so in love with them. They are amazing. They are 11 and 13. And the little one looks very similar to me, which is just crazy. He looks just like me. And especially from like here up, it's like if you put 2 pictures side by side, we look exactly alike. And we went to the bowling alley and they took a picture of us, and we look like, like not twins, but we look like we're totally related, which we are, but anyways. um, and then the older one, who's 13, he has the same personality as me when I was his age. So that's really cool. So like you're looking at someone that looks like you, and you're also hanging out with someone who acts like you did. So it's really cool. They're really good guys. They're just so sweet, and they were just so excited to be around me, which is weird, you know. I don't know why I thought they were all going to be mean. I mean, why would they be? But they were just so excited to hang out with me, and everything I was telling them, they were like soaking it in like a sponge. And it was just really interesting to be, you know, like an older sister, because I am the baby of my family. All my cousins are way older. I have 5 uncles. So everyone, you know, I grew up always being the baby, and now I'm just suddenly, it's like switched, and I'm the oldest, and it's just really weird. It's cool. I love it. My stepmom is amazing. And that's another thing I was really apprehensive about. I mean, during the process, like I told you guys in my other videos, she was really supportive and really awesome. But, you know, you never know. You know, when you meet someone, it could be different, or, you know, whatever. So I was still, you know, I had my guard up with the whole situation. But she was so awesome the whole time I was there. Really wanting to make sure that I was comfortable, you know, very nurturing, and, you know, just genuinely so awesome. That's my main word for all of them, is they were just genuine people. You could tell that they weren't trying to be fake just to be fake. They, you know, they genuinely wanted me to feel comfortable, and they were just really inclusive. And okay, now the part that everyone's waiting for. My dad. How do I go about starting this topic? Okay. We are a lot alike in a lot of ways. Personality-wise, we have a lot of similarities, which, you know, it could go one way or the other. Sometimes it's fun being around someone that's like you, and sometimes it's annoying. So luckily for us, the things that are similar, it's not annoying. It's cool. But on the other side of that, there's a lot of stuff where we're complete polar opposites as far as like ideologies and outlooks on life and stuff. You know, he's over here and I'm, you know, somewhere over here. And so I don't know if it's age or whatever. But so that was a little interesting. I guess overall, I felt like we were sort of like oil and water, which I know that's a negative thing usually, but I don't necessarily think it was negative. It was just different because I'm not used to that. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. We get along and he's nice and we have some things in common, but like I said, there's a lot of things that aren't in common. They're complete opposites. But because, you know, we go about it in a respectful way or whatever, it's not uncomfortable. It's just weird. You know, is he my best friend forever? And am I like totally, you know, like gonna have an amazing relationship with him anytime soon? No. But, you know, that wasn't to be expected anyways. So I went into the situation with an optimistic mind, and, you know, it's awkward, and it's going to be awkward, and it's going to continue to be awkward. So until we really get to know each other, it's just going to be weird. But, you know, he made an effort and I made an effort, and, you know, we got the ball rolling or whatever. So overall, you know, it is what it is. I'm not super close with him. I really haven't talked to him that much since I got back. I've talked to him maybe twice on the phone. And I can tell he's really making an effort, but, you know, it's awkward for me. And I think he can sense that. So he's kind of letting me, you know, set the tone for what I want to do with communication and stuff, which I really respect. And there was a couple of, you know, bumps in the road during the trip. I'm not really going to go into it, but, you know, I told you the story. About what my mom's side was and what his side was, and, you know, basically he's still sticking to his side even though I presented him with mountains of things that would say otherwise. Basically he still admits that, or he still denies that he ever knew about me. And you know how you could, you know, women's intuition or whatever, you can kind of just sense things. I can kind of sense that he's lying, so that, you know, hurts my feelings a little, and I understand why he would, because he's got a lot on the line if he were to admit that he had lied for his whole life, especially with his wife. So, you know, I'm not trying to cause a problem here. I was just wanting to know from my own state of mind and all that stuff. And plus, you know, you can't build a relationship with someone based on a foundation of lies. So my hope is that one day, you know, he'll just come clean. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I told him, I'm like, I'm already here. And I already thought you knew about me, so that should show you that my intentions are not anything weird. But anyways, I'm running out of time. I feel like I didn't have enough time to talk about everything, but I don't want to make a part two. I don't know. If you guys have more questions, leave a comment or message me, and maybe I'll just do a second video. But I don't want to bore you guys. So if you find yourself like wanting more, or you're still interested in the story, leave me some questions or something, and let me know that you want to hear more, and maybe I'll make a second one. Because I just I don't want to make like 3 long videos about this when if no one's interested. So let me know. I'll talk to you later. Bye.